Big Bang Theory Jim Parsons reveals why he wasn't up for a season 13. Jim Parsons explains why he walked away from. A month before debuting in 2007, Parsons' Sheldon Cooper was among the first characters cast for The Big Bang Theory, alongside Johnny Galecki's Leonard. The sitcom's unaired. Speaking within light of The Big Bang Theory's send-off, Parsons details how he came to the realization that it was time to move on from the show, despite the hefty paychecks he and his co-stars enjoy per episode, reportedly $1 million. As it turns out, there. In a previous interview, Parsons saying that while there was really no reason to stop doing The Big Bang Theory, it felt like they had done everything they could with the show. Since Sheldon is, with The Big Bang Theory now officially over, one wonders how CBS plans to make up for the massive void it leaves in their programming lineup. Its spin-off. Subscribe for the hottest movie, TV, and gaming news. I agree to let Screen Rant send me emails.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.